Can a restraining order affect your employment? Here's what you need to know. So you've been served with a restraining order and a judge has granted that restraining order. And now you come to me and you're worried, hey, is this going to affect my employment? And like most things in the world of law, it depends. Now, a lot of times a restraining order can affect your employment, especially if it involves a coworker or someone that works nearby to your place of employment. And what I mean by that is, with a restraining order, if it's granted, basically restricts you from being able to contact or be in the vicinity of that protected person. So you're not going to be able to go where that person works, where that person lives. You're not going to be able to text, email, phone call, anything like that. Well, the issue becomes, well, what if that person is a coworker? How am I supposed to work in the same building as someone that has a restraining order against me? And a lot of times that can negatively affect your employment. If the employer has the choice of, hey, I can't keep both of you on, one person has a restraining order, one does it, you're more than likely going to be the one that's terminated. Now, if you go into a restraining order hearing kind of knowing that this may become an issue, hey, this person that filed is my coworker, then a lot of times you can talk to the judge about that for the judge to narrowly tailor this restraining order so that it gives the protection that the petitioner is seeking, but also allows you to work and not have your employment terminated. Some restrictions may be that you guys can't work the same shifts. Some might be that person gets to leave 5 minutes early to be able to get to their car and leave before you go out into the parking lot. Maybe that you have to work in a different building, you have to move offices. There's a bunch of things that we could tailor the restraining order to if the judge approves in order to keep your employment. Now, another big thing is, if you're worried about this affecting your employment, is it's always best to tell your employer what you're going through. Now, that's not going to be an easy conversation. No one wants to tell their boss that, hey, I have some court stuff going on in the background. But the big thing for this is not a criminal charge. You don't have to tell your employer, hey, I've been charged with a crime. You just merely have to tell them, hey, look, there's a restraining order that's been filed. I just want you to be aware, just in case it affects employment in any ways. I want to be upfront about it. That would be my best advice to you, is not try to hide this thing, because again, it's not a criminal matter. You're not going to jail. There's not going to be any sort of criminal charges hanging over. So it's best to just be upfront with your employer to discuss any possible negative implications that this restraining order may have on your job. So again, that's why it's always important that if you are served with a restraining order, that you hire an attorney immediately, because at a hearing, the attorney can argue on your behalf, and it might not terminate the restraining order, but at least you'll have someone there that's knowledgeable in the rules of law, is able to talk to the judge to explain the situation in a whole. Look, there's a person that needs protection. We're not disagreeing with that. Maybe we are, maybe we aren't. But regardless, that this person has an employment, and there's ways that we can brainstorm to come up with a solution that works for everyone. This person is protected. There's not going to be contact, but this person also is able to maintain their employment. If you're facing a restraining order and have questions about employment, please give us the Marc Lopez Law Firm a phone call, 317-632-3642, and always remember, plead the fifth.